Welcome, my peeps. We doing this now. We got Jim Jones smoking weed, getting high because he got his medical marijuana card. We got it going on. We doing it, and we doing it on this show. So anyways, we got Mama Jones. She's in the kitchen and she sees Brandi, and basically she's confronting Brandi about the situation. But first, she talks to Renee about it, and Renee and Mama Jones feels a certain type of way that is disrespectful. You don't sit on no man's lap. You don't do that, and all this other stuff. And then, Mama Jones was like, she's lucky that Chrissy didn't drag her by her hair. Chrissy didn't do this, Chrissy didn't do that to her, because that is wrong. Renee was like, hell yeah. Renee was in the background cheerleading. You know why Renee was cheerleading? Because do you remember on Mob Wife when one of the girls was saying that Renee's boyfriend smelled delicious, and Renee could not let that go through the whole freaking season? So Renee is feeling that. Renee don't like that disrespect when it comes to somebody else's man. So it is what it is. Renee feels like it is so messed up. It is so disrespectful. So anyways, then we move on to Guy. He's talking to Brandi basically, and they're playing pool or whatever, and he was just like, yo, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But Chrissy was a little upset about how you showed your breast and then you sat in Jim Jones' lap. So that's the issue. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be doing that shit. You may be a free spirit, you may like to drop it when it's hot, you might like to shake it, toss it up or whatever, but everybody ain't feeling that. And so Brandi was like, well, I still got the star stuck to my nipples. I wasn't trying to show them or anything like that. And then she proceeds to show some of her breasts, her bra to her father. Like, what? Do you want incest, Brandi? Do you want your father to be attracted to you? What is it? I know a lot of people feel comfortable with doing that, but we're not down with the Freud experience, him and his, psychology and his analytics on about incest and shit like that. You're doing way too much, Brandi, way too much. So anyways, Guy was just like, yo, it's a big deal, like, you shouldn't be doing this, you should. But she ain't hearing it. She was like, it was just so innocent, I just don't want to make Chrissy upset at me. But yeah, I show my teddies and then I jump on his lap and try to drop it like it's hot, but I don't know how to twerk or shake my booty, but I tried. And then you'll see in the slideshow where Jim hand kind of touches, not kind of, but it touches, Brandi's ass, and then he moves his hand right away because he knows he's being filmed. So I'm like, if Jim Jones was about it, what he should have did, because, Jim Jones is this, Jim Jones is that, he was like, yo, get up off my lap, yo, don't sit in my lap, it's disrespectful, I don't want you sitting in my lap or whatever. He could have did that. He could have did that in a respectable way, where Brandi couldn't say that, oh, she feels scared because a black man's coming at her, or she feels intimidated because a black man told her to get off her, his lap or whatever. So he could have did that in a way, and that would have probably made Chrissy feel more secure, because Chrissy knows that Jim Jones go to these strip clubs and women are tossing it up and dropping it like it's hot and twerking in front of Jim Jones or whatever. But and also Jim Jones is used to all size, different shapes of women twerking and dancing on him because he goes to the strip club or whatever. But this ain't a strip club experience. This is marriage boot camp reality TV stores. So it is what it is with that situation. So Chrissy's still upset about the situation. So basically, Chrissy first, it's Mama Jones. She confronts, Brandi about the situation, was like, yo, it's inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have did this to, Chrissy or whatever. They're not swingers, because, Renee is explaining to Renee that, Jimmy's not swingers and Chrissy are not swingers. Maybe Chrissy's not a swinger, but Jimmy Jones be swinging all types of ways when Chrissy ain't around and when he's at the strip club, allegedly. So anyways, it is what it is. And so, Chrissy comes downstairs too as well, while Mama Jones is talking to Brandi. And basically, they let her know, like, yo, it was inappropriate. You shouldn't have did that. This was wrong. You shouldn't have been showing your booty. You shouldn't have been sitting on my man's lap. You shouldn't have been doing that, because, girlfriend, if it was me, I would have snatched you off his lap and dragged you. And then I would have brought Jimmy upstairs and talked to his ass about the bullshit. Like, because, if Chrissy sat in another man's lap in front of Jim Jones and act like it was all good, he would have been upset. And if Chrissy let a man sit in her lap play with her hair, do whatever, he would have been upset too as well. So he should have, you know, did more about the situations, basically telling Amber like, yo, listen, could you please get off my lap? I'm getting up, I'm going to get a drink of water, I'm getting up, blase the third. But he didn't. So anyways, Chrissy and Mama Jones confronts Brandi. Brandi was like, okay, I didn't mean to do anything wrong. Oh my God, I didn't know. So now Brandi's is facing some consequences for her behavior, her being a free will, her wanting to shake it and toss it up in front of everybody and think everybody should be okay with it. Everybody's not okay with her behavior, and especially the Joneses and Renee are not okay with her behavior. So it is what it is. You can say it was innocent, whatever, but you done showed your breasts in front of your father and then sat on my man's lap and then tried to dance at the same time when your father's there. It's just totally like disgusting and nasty. But anyway, so now they move on from this point. You know, Chrissy and Brandi kind of make up a little bit, and basically she's sorry and she's not going to do the disrespect no more. So it is what it is with that situation. And then we got Renee going to Brandi's room, getting some Xanax, getting some pills because she needs something to sleep, because this is just way too much. Like, she's been on the show long ago, so she know what's in store. But how does she know Brandi has something to go to sleep? Because they was talking about pills and medication. They, you know, drug addicts talk about what they take and what they have, and so we probably didn't say it on camera, but Renee knew she had something to go to sleep with. But Renee felt more comfortable going to Brandi than going to, you know, Amber or Tonya, because Amber and Tonya got pills too for days. But I guess Amber didn't have the pills that Renee wanted, so she went to Brandi, because you remember the other episode, Matt let Renee know what kind of pills Brandi's on. But she wasn't feeling her pill count. She wanted Brandi's pill count, Xanax, the drug that she was addicted to. So, you know, she kind of like slipped, fell back, fall, and all that other good stuff. And I was just like, damn, they got cameras in this house. How come immediately when Renee went to the room and asking for pills, they didn't stop Renee? Or they didn't give Brandi a fake pill bottle, because they have fake pill bottles in Amber's room when she first entered her bedroom that night. If anybody come and ask you for pills, give them this and then let us know what's going on. So anyways, there should have been some preventive measures to make sure that Renee didn't slip, or anybody else in the house didn't slip, because of drug abuse or drug addiction and things like that. So it is what it is with that situation. So Brandi's kind of disappointed in herself or whatever, but Renee went and got her some pills from Brandi so she can go to sleep, because Renee is not feeling easy. All these memories and everything that's coming up with her sisters or whatever, and she feels like she needs something to numb the pain, and she knows that Brandi has some Xanax. So anyways, Renee is confronted by Dr. Ish, basically, and she tries to lie and say she don't know what pill she took, what pill she got. She just said she needed something to sleep, and Dr. Ish was like, don't play me, girlfriend. Don't do that to me, baby. I know you know what you took, because a drug addict just don't take any pill. They know what pill to take, because she could have very well gave her an aspirin. So anyways, Renee admitted that she took a Xanax, and so she slipped, she fell. Dr. Ish is kind of disappointed, but basically he wanted her to tell the truth about the situation. But it also shows that they failed Renee too as well, knowing her history and her past and her being on the show more than twice, knowing that, you know, there should have been some type of measures to stop this. But what's up with Dr. Ish and all his makeup he got on? He's all glammed up. Is he trying to become a star? Dr. Ish, are you trying to become a star? Is that what it is? Dr. Ish is like makeup down. Like, he didn't have this much makeup on last season. This season, he got mad makeup on. He got his 2 earrings representing. He covered up his little patch in his bald head. Like, he's really doing it and doing it and doing it. Wow. I'm like, shit. I'm reloaded. So anyways, Renee just feels like she's going crazy and she's not feeling good about herself. So basically, Renee talks to her sister. She's talking to, you know, Jenn. She's talking to Lena. And basically, she's just telling them that, you know, she's like, she's on edge. Like, she needs a pill. She needs this. She needs that or whatever. And basically, they don't really understand what she's going through because they've never been drug addicts. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that when someone relapses or someone's addicted to something that is harmful to them, for you to understand, like, okay, listen, I need to be supportive. I need to not judge. I need to help him in every way I can, because, you know, Renee has helped them in every way she can. And basically, she's like took over her father's role as being fathers to her two sisters, basically financially, mentally, and doing the hard work to support them. So it is what it is. And so Renee brings up so then Renee is talking to Brandi, guys there, whatever. Then Renee was like, yo, these doctors are pissing me off. They're fucking with me. You know, doctors just questioning me about what pill I took. He's upset because I took a pill from you. I had Xanax. Then Brandi's like, oh my God, I did not know she had a freaking Xanax problem. I did not know she had like pill problem or whatever like that. So I would have never give her a pill. Now I feel bad about the situation. And guys just smirking like, damn, see, you being so careless and not paying attention and it being all about you. You're not recognizing that you had a drug addict come to you and beg for a pill, because you can see guy felt uncomfortable about giving her the pill. And it seemed like Brandi, they kind of felt uncomfortable, but Brandi wants to feel accepted by the women in the house, especially, you know, Chrissy and especially Renee. So she gave her the pill or whatever. I wonder if Brandi knew would she have been strong enough to tell Renee, hey, listen, I can't give you this pill. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't have any pills to give you. Would Brandi be strong enough to do that? I don't know. I don't think so. Because I think she wants to be accepted so much. And I think she values these women's opinion. I don't know why. Or she just wants to make this, you know, reality TV show stunt that she's doing right now to make it more comfortable, to make it as comfortable as possible, not to run into situations, because she already ran into a situation with Amber, but Amber did call her out on her alcoholism, and Amber was actually absolutely positively right. So it is what it is. And so moving on from that, and Renee's just talking about like she felt like she messed up, like she took a Xanax, and basically she's still like living off the highness of the Xanax. And Lena and Jennifer are noticing, and they're feeling kind of worried and concerned, but at this time and point they don't know what to do about it, because they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them, and plus they don't know how to understand to deal with Renee addiction. So it's really important for them to understand addiction and go to like NA meetings, AA meetings, also do research about addiction. You know, they should have done this long time ago to understand where Renee's coming from, so they can support her too as well, because it's something that you need a whole family, a whole village, a whole street, a whole neighborhood to support you with. And so basically Renee's just talking about like, yo, I really need a pill. I need a pill, like, you know, I'm ready for a pill, you know what I mean? So Renee had 8 months clean, but she slipped and she messed up and she took one pill. We don't know if Brandi only gave her one pill, gave her multiple pills, so they probably questioned Brandi when the cameras wasn't on. Basically, that's most likely what they did with the situation. So it is what it is. And so, you know, so basically now it's time for the next episode. And basically the next episode is like, you know, everyone goes outside, and then, you know, Dr. Ish and Dr. V, they locked all the doors or whatever, locking the doors so the boot campers can't get back in. And so when, you know, Chrissy tries to get back in the house, she's not able to. So they realize that all the doors are locked and they can't get back in. So Dr. Ish and Dr. V, they show with camping bags and camping utensils and things like that to let them know that you mother effers are not getting back into the house until you pass this part of the episode, this part of the exercise basically. And it's going to be a camping. You're going to have to put your tent together, you're going to have to fish, you're going to have to do this and whatever, you're going to have to do it together. And so basically, you know, Brandi's really happy and excited about the exercise, because she said she grew up camping all her whole life with her and her father. So basically she thinks it's a breeze, it's going to be easy, and it's not really easy for her because Guy's not paying attention to Brandi, and he's helping out Matt, he's helping out Amber, he's helping out Tonya, people that he say he don't like and he don't respect and he feel like are crazy, but he's siding with them and trying to help them instead of helping his own self and his daughter, because he doesn't want one-on-one time with his daughter, because he does not like his daughter and he doesn't want to be bothered with her. So he has to get over that hump of the embarrassment that he has for his daughter, so he can actually become the father that he needs to be for his daughter, because evidently Brandi does need help, because Brandi is asking for help. She's seeking out help from attention, any type of attention, no matter what type of attention it is, that's what she wants. And guys try not to give it to her unless he is chastising her. And it's sad that she's an adult and she still have to use these mannerisms and behaviors to get through, even though she has children. So I don't know, I'm just like, damn. So it is what it is. And then everybody's laughing at Tonya when, you know, Dr. Ish and Dr. V is like, the doors are locked, you can't get back in. Tonya was like, yeah, the doors are locked, blah, blah, blah. And Tanya's talking all funny. You know, Jim Jones and Chrissy believe that, you know, Jim was like, yo, she's been lit since we got here. And Brandi and her father was like, yo, we can't even understand what she's saying. She's talking in a high-pitched voice, a low-pitched voice, you know, that drug addict, you know, type of tone. A drug addict type of tone when you're taking painkillers and then you're taking mood stabilizers and then you're taking antidepressant. That's the type of voice Tonya has. And she's on multiple medications from maybe one doctor, maybe two doctors, maybe three doctors, because sometimes doctors still don't know what medication all their clients are taking. And so they're like, she's lit. Everybody's just laughing. It was like, she's lit. She is tore up from the floor up always. And so basically she's able to participate in this exercise because her painkillers came in. So since her painkillers came in, she can do it and do it and do it wild. I'm like, yo. So anyways, Tanya's been lit since they've been there. So basically, now they got to try to build these tents. You know, Jim Jones, Chrissy, and Mama Jones are able to do the tent. And basically, it was really Mama Jones and Jimmy Jones that put the tent together, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But, you know, Jimmy's good at camping and putting tents together because on one of his shows, he went camping with his kids and he was able to put the tent and put everything together. And so Renee and her sisters are able to work together, put the tent up. And Renee's two sisters, Jennifer and Lena, are very happy that Renee is taking control because they want her to take control and be in charge. But see, they want her to take control and be in charge when it's good for them, when it's beneficial for them, because they're used to somebody being in charge. Like I said, Renee has taken over the role of her father, basically taking care of the daughters, because I believe he had all daughters. And, you know, Tonya, Amber, and Matt are able to get their tent together, but who's having a hard time with their tent? None other than Brandi, because her father's so busy helping Matt trying to bait the fishing rods that he's forgetting about his daughter. And she's trying to ask him for help and ask him to do this or whatever, and he totally abandoned her and she's having a hard time. So Jim Jones decides to go over there to try to help Brandi, not because he's attracted to Brandi, not because he wants to be with Brandi, because he's a man at the end of the day. He's a man, he was raised to help women. He was raised by a woman. So basically he sees a woman in distress, even though this woman that's in distress got on his lap and, you know, was trying to shake it fast, and his woman was upset about it, but he still sees her struggling and in distress and no man around. So therefore it's in his nature to help a woman. That's just, it's not because he wants to be with her. Maybe Brandi was sticking her ass out. She was like, oh, I guess it goes into this whole, I don't put anything past Brandi. I think Brandi will fuck, you know, Jim Browns and sleep with him. Jim Browns. Jim Jones. Jim Browns. So anyways, but he's doing it from the sincerity of his heart. And Brandi, on the other hand, having Jim Jones help her, she might believe that, oh, like, he liked my body, he liked the way I look, he liked my plastic surgery, he liked my small ass, he likes my small breasts, the black man wants me, whatever. I'm just joking. So anyways, she feels that she might feel like, okay, he's genuinely helping her, but she is so screwed up in the head that mostly all the attention that she has gotten or any type of fame is using her looks and using her body to get there. And whether it's true or not, with, you know, the tabloid saying that she was an escort, she knows how to use what she got to get what she want. Players Club all day. So it is what it is with that situation. But then she's feeling a certain type of way because she doesn't want, you know, Chrissy to think that she wants Jimmy Jones, because she might not even want Jim Jones, or whatever. She might not even want to be with him, but it's just the attention, you know, from a younger male, from a male on the show. And she damn sure doesn't want Matt attention. She wants, you know, her father guy attention. She wants Jimmy's attention. Jimmy, I don't know why I keep calling Jimmy Jones. So anyways, Chrissy was like, oh, look at that, I'm so pissed, I'm so upset, why is he over there helping her, it's so disrespectful, whatever. So then you know, Chrissy totally like gives up on the exercise because she thinks she's thinking negative, and she shouldn't think negative. She shouldn't think that she's in a competition or whatever, because she's going home with Jimmy at night. Jimmy's with her, you know, Jim Jones is with her, Jim is with her. He made sure that she was okay, he made sure his family was okay, but he sees somebody struggling, so he wants to help. And so that right there shows you some insecurities and blame Chrissy because maybe Jim Jones has done some things to make her feel insecure, or she could just feel insecure because of her past experience. But whatever it is what it is. So anyways, moving on from that, you know, Chrissy kind of like shuts down. She doesn't want to be bothered. She's upset. But basically, you know, Chrissy was saying that, oh, it's not a big deal. I forgive Brandi. You know, let's move on from that because, you know, Brandi started crying when the doctors came and she was like, I really want Chrissy to be my friend. And blasé and the third. And Chrissy was like, it's no big deal. But Chris, if it was no big deal, why did you feel a certain type of way because Jimmy was helping out, you know, Brandi? So anyways, you know, Tonya, she's trying to fish and she's not able to fish because she's too intoxicated, she's too high, and so basically she can't even bait the fish. She's losing the bait, she's messing up. So that's when, you know, Matt, he jumps in and he takes over and he's helping and he's assisting and he's letting Tonya do whatever the hell she wants to do. And he's actually taking control and trying to support his family and make sure they have food, make sure that, you know, everything is good, whatever. And basically, you know, Tonya was bragging that she can fish. She, you know, she did it when she was young. You know, that's that drug addict talk when you believe that you were Superman or Superwoman, come to find out you wasn't. So it is what it is with that situation. So anyways, Renee and her sisters are happy. Look, to me, they did the best out of the exercise. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was good. And so anyways, Brandi, she starts crying basically because she feels Chrissy's pissed at her, to Renee's sister. And so she's trying to get over her feelings, and Dr. Ish and Dr. V, they show up or whatever. And basically they let them know, like, this exercise is not over. There's more things that we need to do. And like, so for you to actually complete this exercise, if you don't want to sleep outside, you have to get a key to fit together. You have to stick your hand in a hole and get a key and then put the key together, and once it fits together, then you guys can actually go sleep in the house. And it is what it is. So basically, all the families are able to complete the exercise, and Matt is actually supportive to Amber and helping her, you know, complete her exercise and helping her being calm and get through it. And Amber's actually able to. And it was funny when Matt was like, yo, you've been to prison, you're tough, you can do it, this shit, you can do it. So he's giving her encouraging words, even though he was like, yo, you've been to prison, bitch, you can do it. And so then we get Guy. He actually supports Brandi by telling Brandi, breathe, take it easy, you can do it. And they actually complete the exercise. And so then Renee's sisters actually support her by saying rainbows. Jennifer actually says rainbows, candies, cookies, you know, clowns, flowers, and all this other stuff. And then Renee's actually calm down and actually do the exercise. And then we get Tonya. She actually starts throwing up. I don't know if she started throwing up because of the bugs or she started throwing up because she took too much pills. And so, and actually Tonya is ready to go inside. She's ready to lay down because now she's getting antsy and, you know, she's fidgeting and shit like that because I believe Tonya forgot to bring all her medication with her. She thought they were just going to go outside. She's going to be able to run upstairs and get her pills. Drugs addicts usually take their pills with them because they don't know if they're ever going to come back. But she's probably thinking no one's going to touch her stash. She should have stuck her stash in her bra and went outside, and then she would have been A-okay to bait the fish hook and then get some fish. Renee is fishing all night because she's trying to fishing actually for some people's meditation, and everybody's cooking, having a good time. So now we get to this other exercise. Jimmy and, you know, Mama Jones and, you know, Chrissy are not able to do it. You know, Jim Jones is scared of bugs and all this other stuff. Like, they're so against bugs. They are allergic to bugs, insects, and any creatures that move around. They're allergic to. So basically, Jim almost gets the key. You know, Mama Jones got her key. Chrissy's not able to get her key. Jim Jones actually had his hand on the key. Chrissy pulls her hand out, and she's not able to do it. And then basically, you know, roaches and bugs are crawling all over them. Would I be able to do this exercise? If it had to depend on if my family was going to be together or not, if it was survival of the fittest and only the strong survive, yes, I can complete this episode. But if it's on some bullshit, I'm not sticking my hand in a hole. But I have done worse when it comes to insects and animals and things like that. you know, when it comes to work and being in an environment and needing to be the brave one on shift or whatever. So basically not able to do it. Then they asked Chrissy, Jim, and his mom to continue to try to complete the exercise. That's what Dr. Ish asked. Jim Jones was like, F you, I'm not doing it. Once you do it, once you reboot, once you do it again, I'm not down with these roaches. I'm down with these cockroaches. I'm not doing this. F this, F that. Jim Jones was like, yo, Mama Jones is like, you know what, we can try to do it again. And then the doctors also asked if anybody else want to complete the exercise for Jimmy, Chrissy, or whatever. Jim Jones was like, yo, we fell together, we win together, but we stay together, we stand together, or whatever. So it is what it is. So now you see Jimmy calling the shots. He needs to call them same shots when his mother is interfering in their relationship. He needs to call the same shots when Chrissy is getting jealous of the mother or thinking the mother has too much power. So like when it boils down to it, Jim has the control of this situation with these two women, but he needs to step up and be the man and stop letting his mom and his girlfriend bicker. So it is what it is. So they're not able to complete the exercise and Jimmy's not down with it. And it's just like, I've never seen a season of Marriage Boot Camp Family Edition where there is so much bugs and insects and shit like that involved. But here, clearly there is. So anyways, everybody else gets to go inside the house and it's all good. But Jim Jones and, you know, Chris have to stay outside. They're going to have to use their flashlight to get along because basically, you know, Judge Tola told them that, you know, Chrissy needs to start asking a hard question about marriage, what she really wants, because she's basically... she's not really putting Jim Jones' feet to the fire so far in this episode. What she really wants, what she really expects from him, detail the detail or whatever. She's not doing that, so then that's a problem. And, you know, basically, you know, Judge Tola also tells Amber and Matt that Matt is actually doing a good job. He wants control, but right now he only has control of Amber. What he needs to do is take control of his life, and then therefore, once he has control over his life and doing things that he has control over, he won't feel the need to control Amber, but he wants to be respected, so he needs to step up and be the man of the family, the man the man for Amber needs to be that support system, you know, that's being stable, because Amber's kind of not stable. And he's kind of not stable either. He just, you know, supposedly beat his drug problem, but he's in a room with two people that's still addicted to drugs and still taking medication. I know they're popping him a pill here or there. And yesterday, you know, on one of the blogs, you know, Amber was accusing her mother of being high, you know, through the whole season of this season of Marriage Boot Camp, season 10, of her mom being high, and she knew it. So it is what it is with that situation. So basically they Judge Toller calls, you know, Brandi out, and, you know, really calls Guy out, you know, showing that he just wants, you know, everything to be picture perfect for him to narrate the situation. And if he's not narrating, if he's not in charge, he doesn't want to be there unless he can paint the picture for people to think that Brandi's this, Brandi's that, Brandi's crazy, basically. So now we can finally see that, you know, he's actually walking away from his daughter. He's actually not helping his daughter. He's actually not being the father that he's supposed to be towards his daughter. But we've seen that with all the with all the exercises that he refused, that, you know, he throws his daughter under the bus. He tells everybody that she's an escort. Then on top of that, he let her take the dog bit where she actually got hurt and had to go to the hospital. And at the end, he feels a little bit remorse for it, whatever. But I think he wants her to go through some pain and some real to be ridiculed, because he feels like, you know, he's a great father, she's just a bad daughter. But he doesn't see that his parenting has something to do with Brandi being the way that she is. So, you know, Dr. Toller, she calls that out. And Judge Toller, she calls out, you know, the Renee and her sisters actually being good, actually loving each other and supporting each other and helping each other. So that was cool or whatever. So then boom, we get to the end of the episode and we got Brandi. We got Amber. She's in her little twin bed going crazy. Basically, you know, she can't sleep or something's going on. Matt can't sleep, something's going on, something's going down. And basically, you know, Matt was like, yo, I just wish you would be quiet, you know, to Amber, like, be quiet, don't say anything, whatever, blasting the third. And so then, Amber, she starts to get upset, and the mom was like, could you just guys be quiet because I'm trying to go to sleep or whatever. And then Amber was like, oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean? So Amber totally goes on. She has one of her episodes where, high people and people on drugs talk like, oh, mom, remember when I was 13 years old, you told me you were sleeping with another man and then you moved out and you abandoned me. So basically, Amber's actually reliving her childhood, probably because she's in the bed with her mom in the room. They got children shit going around. They're dealing with deep emotions, and plus there's medication going on that all three of them are taking in that bedroom. And basically, Amber feels like this is the time and point for her to throw her mother under the bus, which is absolutely what she wanted to do. So whatever. And so the mom was like, I told your father, I told everybody. So the mother's basically saying, I was honest to you about the situation. I didn't lie to you. I didn't sugarcoat it for you. You was 13 years old. So I told you I was cheating on your father, and I moved out the next day. And so then that's when Amber said, because of the decision that you made, I end up hanging out with the wrong people, this and that, blasé and the third, because how do a 13-year-old supposed to handle their mom cheating on their father? So basically, Amber was just saying that, mom, you've been a toxic to me, you abandoned me, and that's why I did this and that's why I did that. But I don't know, she's pointing the finger at, her mom at this time and point. I wonder if she pointed the finger to her father too as well, because something had to happen where this relationship between the mom and the father went wrong. And then basically she's bringing it up in this time, but first she was mad at Matt, and then is all of a sudden it went towards the mom, because the mom said something about Amber being quiet. So then Amber and reflex threw up some past to hurt her. So like, you don't absolutely know if the past is absolutely hurting her at the time, or she's just throwing that shot at her mom because she knew it was going to hurt her. But any case that it may be, is hurtful for a 13-year-old to find out that their mom is cheating on their father, and then she moves out because whatever stable foundation that you had has been totally interrupted. And as a child, you don't know what to do about the situation. You don't know where to go. You don't know who to trust, and you don't know how to figure things out because you're still trying to figure out life yourself. So this was a great episode. Peace. I'm out. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Amber and her mom Amber and Tonya and Matt is just like a whole circus going on. But inside that circus, it was a lot of beat down and a lot of abuse from the mom that passed down to the daughter, and from the daughter that possibly can pass down to the child. And it's just the way that Amber has to deal with the situation with confronting her mom, because as you can see, her mom is not going to receive any of, what Amber's trying to say, because she is, intoxicated. She's high. She's on drugs. She is trying to nip the pain that she's going through and what she has to face, what she did to her daughter, her family, and whatever happened to Tonya when she was growing up, that now is so much that she's totally medicated. That's the way that she talks. She's very medicated. She's not doing illegal drugs. She's doing medicated drugs, because these are what's like doctors has just prescribed to her, psychiatrist has prescribed to her, and probably regular primary care doctors prescribed to her, because of all the pain and all the traumatic situation she went through. And so now you got Amber dealing with she's dealing with the brunt of her mom situation, where she had to grow up in that. Now she's taking drugs, so you totally understand why. She's like, damn, they belong on another show, because this shit is just like, how can you say one is wrong and this one is wrong when they suffer from mental illness, they suffer from mental delusions, and then on top of that they're being medicated, so you can't really get a feed for their behavior, because the medication covers up the real feelings that they have, because it tries to put them on an even Q level. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, peace. I'm out. One love.